If you want to know how I got these delicious turkey sausage meatballs, stay tuned. So we're going to first start with two types of Italian sausages, hot and sweet. We're going to mix the two so it's not too spicy, but we want a little kick. We are also going to add in some bell pepper, onion, and garlic, as well as some Italian garlic and herb breadcrumbs, an egg. We have our seasoning, pepper, garlic powder, adobo, accent. I'm also going to put a little salt in it, not too much. So what I did here was dice the bell pepper and onion, and I'm going to mince the garlic. I love garlic in everything. So I'm not using all of the sausages, but I will be using two of the hot links, and I will be taking out three of the sweet Italian links just to balance the flavors. I don't want the meatballs too hot, but I do want it to have a little kick. Like I mentioned before, I will be taking the sausages out of the casing. It's easier to work with this way. So now that we have the meat out of the casing, it's time to add the veggies. I'm going to take my bell pepper and place it in a bowl. Get all that out, girl. And also the onion with garlic. So the Italian sausages already have a lot of flavor, but I'm just going to add a minimal amount of stuff. I'm going to add a couple of shakes of black pepper. I love garlic powder, so a little bit more garlic powder. And also, I'm going to do a couple of shakes of the adobo seasoning. It's a really good seasoning. It has a little kick to it. Delicious. I really like it. Then I'm going to add some accent because accent what wakes up the flavor, of course, as well as a little salt. Just a couple of shakes. Did anything come out? Now it's time to get up close and personal. I'm going to add one egg to the bowl and add my breadcrumbs. Now it's time to mix, mix, mix until we can't mix anymore. I mean, we can mix a little bit more, but why? I took an ice cream scooper just to try to make the meatballs the same size. But you know how that works out. Sometimes you get bigger ones and sometimes you get smaller ones. And you can see now that that made a pretty substantial amount of meatballs. So let's move to the next step. Add olive oil to a hot pan and place all the meatballs in individually, and that sizzling sound is exactly what you want to hear. You're going to let that cook a couple of minutes, then turn to the other side to sear it. And once it sears on the other side, we're going to place it on the pan and put it in the oven just to warm. The meatballs are going to finish cooking in the sauce, so the sauce will be next. For the sauce, we're going to add a little olive oil to the pan, and we're going to saute some onion and garlic. And once that saute for a little, then next we will be adding our garlic. Now I'm going to add a little tomato paste to the pan. I'm going to let it cook out just a little. It just makes the dish a little more rich in flavor. And like I said, the meatballs are the star of the show, but I did do some ground turkey that you guys see sitting over to the side. Now I'm adding one of my favorite parts of the recipe, stewed tomatoes. Oh my goodness, I love stewed tomatoes. Have you guys just ever eaten like stewed tomatoes by themselves with a little salt and pepper? Delish. Getting the meatballs out of the oven. Don't they look delicious? Oh, and guys, they were so good. I'm going to add the meatballs to this sauce. I just grabbed just any kind of sauce because this was time of quarantine and it was very, very limited supply. So this is the first time that I tried this particular brand and it was okay. It wasn't too bad. So what you're going to do now is just submerge your meatballs into the sauce and kind of cover them a little and just let the sauce and meatballs work their magic together. Voila, this was so fun to make, you guys. So here's the finished dish. I also roasted some vegetables and put in a garlic breadstick.